Welcome back to Kids Class and Coronavirus, what parents need to know. The American Academy of Pediatrics is advocating for the return to in-person learning.
I think what was underpinning the AAP statement is, as we think about reopening, how are we reopening all of these businesses and bars and water parks and Disneyland before we reopen schools? We need to prioritize reopening schools. And I agree with that concept. I wish we could come together as communities and really say, what do we do to start to see schools as kind of an essential service for our children?
Governor Brown has set benchmarks that our local school districts really will not meet in the next few weeks to open in person. And just yesterday, Governor Inslee in Washington strongly recommended that schools in his area begin with online learning. So how important is it that we get students back into the classroom sometime this school year?
Right. It seems like Oregon's getting more clear guidance right now than Washington is.
Yeah.
That's my sense. Let's have Guadalupe Guerrero answer this question first, because he is in charge of the largest school district in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, I appreciate the some of the statements that the Pediatrics Association has issued. I think it's really important to offer the fuller picture of what they are saying, along with national superintendents and teachers associations, that of course the well-being, the development, the learning, all those things are best had under normal circumstances on campus. But we shouldn't return to campus unless the evidence, the data, the health metrics suggest it's safe to do so, or we fall prey to some of the partisan politics that are going on there. And thankfully, collaborating with our governor and our Department of Education, we agree that we ought to make those decisions based on some health metrics. We know that that kind of a phased reopening criteria, applies differently across the state, not just for businesses, but a similar logic model for how we consider when it's time for us to be ready to open up school districts. In Portland, Multnomah County is one of the most impacted areas by this pandemic. So it would be safe to assume that that might mean, unless things really improve and we get a lot of community cooperation, that conditions may not allow us to open earlier than we would prefer to. We're going to continue to be fact-based about those considerations and continue to evaluate and assess, and we'll rely on public health and the team of medical experts that we're relying on.
Christy Perry from Salem-Keizer, I want to ask you the same question, because we'd already touched on that. It was 70% of your students have free or reduced lunch, a lot of vulnerable kids. How important is it to you in your mind to get the kids physically back in the classroom?
Yeah, I think it's second to having it be safe to do so. So critically important, especially for our youngest learners. But we also have to remember, while we have this high level of poverty, high level, they're also some of the most affected kids and families for COVID. So, which is what we see play out in the metrics, right? So we know that teaching kids to read can happen way quicker with in-person learning. What I appreciate the most about the way Oregon is approaching it is, one, based on metrics, science, health experts, and number two, it does give us the chance to bring back in those targeted groups of students when things start to get better. And what I think that does for us too is it allows us to practice our protocols. So, making sure kids understand how they wear their face coverings, practice lunch, practice the cleaning and the classrooms and the movement among buildings. So I think that high critical important and our exception metrics in Oregon will give us a chance to bring in some of our kids that need it the most sooner than we bring in all of our 42,000 kids.
Okay, we touched on this just a little bit, but a parent writes, why isn't going to school considered essential when daycare, liquor stores, pot shops are all open? Why can't we develop social distancing and protective face masks for children when they're required to do in public spaces? And that's a good question. We right away got, liquor stores open, everything, and
right.
No one really thought about schools. Do all of you think enough effort went into prioritizing schools? Is it possible to send kids back if we can social distance and face masks, or is it just an impossibility right now? Maybe not down the road, but right now. Who would like to take that on? Mike, we haven't heard from you in a while. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a good question for me to take. Yeah, so I guess the way I would answer it is, I think if there had been priorities around making school the first place to come back, those other things might not have opened the way that they opened, which would have kept the rates of spread down to levels where, like in the metrics in Washington, would allow for more on-site student delivery, education delivery of students. So I can't explain why the things the pot shops and liquor stores seem to be more important than having kids in school. I don't think it probably makes sense to any of us. But I think it's important for us in Evergreen. The metrics you mentioned, they are a little different in Washington, and they maybe aren't as strict or stringent as what they might be in Oregon. And so I think we do have opportunities to bring kids in. So because of the phase that we're in Clark County in phase 2, we do plan on, as soon as we possibly can in September, getting students in groups of 5 or less, whether that's kindergartners that have never had any kind of contact with the school system. Very important for them to get in and meet their teachers. First graders, I've got a kindergarten daughter, Sophia, this past year, that it was very difficult for her in the spring, and even my 3rd grade daughter, Olivia. So we want to identify and give hope to our kids that they will be coming back to school. So I think what Christy said, bringing kids in small groups gives us opportunities to refine the protocols. We all, I'm sure, have the same protocols around the attestations, the temperature checks, the staggered starts, how we're cleaning buses, how we're cleaning classrooms, the flow through a building, washing hands, all of those things. Well, if you start with 5 kids, it's going to be easier when you get to bringing back 10, and when you get to be bringing back 15. So I don't know that was a great answer for why our pot shops open in schools aren't, but that's the way we're looking at it in Evergreen.
Donna from Beaverton, I want to ask you something. The president talked about it today, saying something about that the teachers union cares more about the teachers and not what's best for the students. I don't want to get political here, but one of the questions we get is keeping the schools closed more to protect the teachers, or is it more to protect the kids? Can you even make that determination?
First of all, I don't think that there's not another group out there that wants to be in the classroom with their kids than our teachers. They had significant withdrawals. If you can imagine a classroom teacher not being able to tell their class goodbye at the end of the year. So I think that it's for both that get right to your question. I think it's for the safety of our students and the safety of our teachers. But there's nobody that wants to be back in their classrooms more than our teachers. They do want to be there safe, and we want to make sure that when we do go back, that we get to come back and we have a pretty good chance of staying back. And I think until it's incumbent on all of us, not just schools, our communities and everybody, the social distancing, adhere to those standards that are set and have been proven to eliminate this COVID or drastically reduce it, so we get to the metrics that we can come back and we come back safe and we can be there for sustained time. So I would, I guess I would disagree. Definitely, I know union leadership, they want to protect their employees, and they should, but I think it's not good to say that these teachers do not want to be back in the classroom. They are dying to get back in the classroom, and some of these teachers are doing amazing jobs of reaching out on their own time, outside of their contract time, trying to make connections with families and students. So we just want to come back safe, and we want it to be prolonged.
And I've seen that. I've had 3 teachers in my neighborhood that are doing exactly what Don says. They're just amazing people. Here's another question. If and when students return, and let's say someone gets sick in your student's cohort, who will have to quarantine? Will both cohorts be sent home since they share a teacher? Guadalupe, I guess I'll throw that out to you, and maybe you don't really have a good answer for that because we're trying to predict the future here. We just don't know.
Appreciate your last couple of questions around why aren't schools priorities? And you brought up politics since you're going to open up that door. I'm not sure why Congress isn't acting to make sure that public education has the sufficient and robust investments to make sure safety protocols, sufficient staff, supports for students most vulnerable at this time. We're trying to make it work under the circumstances, the variables, the factors that we have. Until the community also prioritizes the health and safety of one another. It's true, we might, if we open too soon, and we've seen this happen in other places around the country, we could be having to sort of put folks in quarantine. And the challenges with contact tracing, I don't know if folks have been on a school campus lately, but they're social enterprises. If you haven't been in a kindergarten class, it's a little bit, imagine, 24 5-year-olds in plexiglass bubbles. It's just not realistic. That's the whole point of social development. So we want to make sure that we're prepared to maintain that health and safety. We don't want to have these relapses. We don't want to have to close down schools. We don't want to open up before we're ready to. And this is why those health metrics are important. We want to get to a level, and hopefully there'll be a vaccine soon. That should help, where we can sustain the opening of school.
All right, this hour went very, very quickly. Okay, we're going to put you all on the spot. If you don't want to answer the question, just shake your head.
Just raise your hand. Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think kids will be back in school this school year.
In some form. I raised my hand in some form.
Okay. And that's the problem here. We just can't predict the future. This is so out of our control. And we want to thank everyone in our panel for joining us tonight. We covered a whole lot of ground, and this is a conversation that will continue in the coming weeks and throughout the school year.
All right, we want to leave you with a final thought from Providence Behavioral Health Chief, Executive Dr. Robin Henderson.
I don't have a great crystal ball, but here's what I do know. I know that kids are resilient and kids are adaptable. And our kids and our generations of kids lived through the 1918 flu pandemic. They lived through the Great Depression. People lived through World War I and World War II, and lived through times when different circumstances would not allow them to socialize in the ways that they're used to socializing. But I guarantee you, they're going to be strong, they're going to be amazing, and they're going to be next level thinkers who think differently about problems than we ever could.
Well said. Once again, thanks to our panel, and thanks to all of you for joining us tonight for this very important KOIN 6 Town Hall.
I think one thing we learned tonight, this is an evolving situation.
Yes.
There's going to have to be a lot of flexibility, and the future is definitely unknown.
If you missed any of our town hall, you can go to KOIN.com and catch up. From all of us here at KOIN 6, have a good evening.